You think you understand what's happening with Justin Bieber right now, but the truth behind his recent career moves will completely shift your perspective on everything you've been hearing. Sources close to the pop superstar are revealing disturbing details about what's actually unfolding behind the scenes of his seemingly successful return to music. While everyone celebrates his new album and discusses how he's apparently regained his artistic confidence, industry insiders paint a dramatically different picture that challenges everything you thought you knew about the Bieber comeback narrative. Recent reports are sending shockwaves through the entertainment world, suggesting that despite his outward appearance of success, the pop icon continues battling significant personal challenges affecting both his career decisions and family life. According to insider information, Bieber's relationship with fame remains deeply problematic. One source described the situation in stark terms, explaining how being thrust into the spotlight at just 14 years old created lasting psychological impacts. The source painted a vivid picture of what growing up under intense public scrutiny means, where people either worship you without reason or despise you simply for existing in their awareness. This extreme polarization breaks many people who find themselves in similar situations. The concern among those close to Bieber appears to be growing rather than diminishing. Despite his apparent creative resurgence, multiple sources indicate he struggles significantly with the demands and pressures accompanying his level of fame. This ongoing battle with public life affects not just him personally but creates ripple effects throughout his family unit. What makes this situation particularly intriguing is how Bieber addresses these struggles through his art. His latest album features collaborative segments where he openly discusses the challenges of living under constant public examination. In one revealing moment, he talks about how exhausting it becomes when people constantly question his well-being. He describes feeling isolated, as if he's the only person dealing with serious problems while everyone else appears to have their lives perfectly together. The timing of this revelation coincides with concerning patterns sources have observed in Bieber's recent behavior. According to those familiar with his situation, his social media activity leading up to his album release reflected someone feeling lost and possibly lashing out at circumstances. One source claimed they could detect anger just by analyzing his online posts, describing him as someone prone to mood swings and extreme personality shifts. This volatile emotional state becomes even more puzzling when considering contradictory decisions Bieber has made regarding his family's privacy. Despite being vocal about wanting to protect his young son from the same early exposure he experienced, he made the surprising choice to feature the child prominently in his album artwork and promotional materials. This decision has left many industry insiders scratching their heads, wondering about the consistency of his protective instincts. If you're finding these revelations as shocking as I am, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started with uncovering what's really happening in the entertainment world. A celebrity insider expressed confusion about this apparent contradiction, pointing out how Bieber simultaneously demands privacy for his family while putting his child front and center in commercial projects. This mixed messaging suggests someone struggling to find the right balance between his public persona and private family life. The most significant change in Bieber's professional landscape came when he decided to part ways with Scooter Braun, the manager instrumental in transforming him from a teenage YouTube performer into a global phenomenon. This separation marks the end of a relationship that had defined much of Bieber's career trajectory, leaving many wondering about the circumstances leading to this major shift. Interestingly, despite their professional separation, Braun has been publicly supportive of Bieber's new musical direction. He praised the album as the most authentic representation of Bieber's artistic voice, emphasizing that he played no role in its creation while encouraging fans to support what he sees as genuine artistic expression. This gracious response suggests that whatever led to their professional split wasn't necessarily rooted in personal animosity. However, the financial implications of their separation tell a more complex story. Reports indicate that Bieber owed Braun's company a substantial settlement of $31 million, money that Braun had apparently fronted when Bieber was forced to cancel his 2022 Justice Tour due to health complications. The tour cancellation came after Bieber developed facial paralysis from Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a condition that significantly impacted his ability to perform. The health crisis that forced the tour cancellation was a pivotal moment in Bieber's recent history. The syndrome caused by a virus affecting the facial nerve left him with visible symptoms that he courageously shared with his fans through social media. The condition not only affected his physical capabilities but also created financial obligations that would later influence his business relationships. By July, Bieber and Braun reached a settlement agreement to resolve the outstanding debt, officially closing that chapter of their professional relationship. However, the resolution of this financial burden coincided with significant positive developments in the Bieber family's overall financial situation, largely thanks to Hailey Bieber's successful beauty brand venture. The success of Hailey's beauty company has been nothing short of phenomenal, culminating in a deal reportedly worth around $1 billion. However, it's important to understand that this financial windfall isn't just benefiting Hailey individually. Justin Bieber had been an investor in the company from its early stages, which means that even with the sale of the business, he stands to receive substantial returns on his investment estimated at around $50 million. This financial arrangement clarifies that Hailey isn't simply using her personal wealth to resolve Justin's business obligations. Instead, both partners are benefiting from a shared investment that has proven extraordinarily successful. This collaborative approach to their financial planning shows a level of business acumen that extends beyond their individual careers. Despite this financial stability, questions remain about Bieber's future career plans. Sources indicate uncertainty about whether he intends to tour in support of his new album, which would traditionally be expected for such a major release. Some industry insiders suggest that he needs to return to live performance, questioning what his long-term strategy might be if he chooses to step back from touring. The speculation about his career direction raises interesting questions about his priorities as he balances fatherhood with professional obligations. Some sources wonder whether he's considering becoming more of a stay-at-home parent while his wife manages her billion-dollar business empire. This potential role reversal would represent a significant shift from traditional expectations about celebrity marriages and career priorities. However, those close to the situation emphasize that Bieber does have strong support systems in place as he navigates these complex decisions. The sources acknowledge that the pressures of fame can be devastating for many people, but they also note that having reliable support networks can make the difference between thriving and breaking under such pressure. The overarching theme emerging from all these reports is that despite outward appearances of success and recovery, Bieber continues grappling with significant personal challenges. His new album might represent artistic growth and creative authenticity, but it doesn't necessarily indicate that all his underlying issues have been resolved. Mental health struggles don't disappear simply because someone releases successful music or achieves financial stability. The sources suggest that while Bieber has made progress in some areas of his life, he's still working through psychological and emotional challenges rooted in his early experiences with fame and success. This situation serves as a reminder of how complex celebrity life can be, especially for those who achieved fame during their formative years. The psychological impact of growing up in the public eye, dealing with constant scrutiny, and having every personal struggle become public discussion points creates unique challenges that most people never have to face. The pressure to maintain a positive public image while dealing with private struggles can be overwhelming. When someone like Bieber opens up about these challenges through his art, it provides a glimpse into the reality behind the celebrity facade. But it also invites even more public scrutiny and analysis of his personal life. What makes Bieber's situation particularly complex is how his personal struggles intersect with his family responsibilities. As a new father, he's trying to protect his child from the same early exposure he experienced while managing his own ongoing psychological challenges and maintaining career momentum. The contradictions in his behavior regarding privacy and publicity reflect someone who might still be figuring out how to balance these competing demands. Looking at the broader picture, Bieber's story represents the ongoing challenges that child stars face transitioning into adulthood. The skills and coping mechanisms that help someone survive early fame don't necessarily translate into healthy adult relationships and family dynamics. The support he receives from those around him, including his wife and remaining professional team, appears crucial in helping him navigate these challenges. However, the sources suggest this remains an ongoing process rather than a problem that has been definitively solved. The entertainment industry's relationship with mental health has evolved significantly in recent years, with more celebrities speaking openly about their struggles and seeking professional help. For fans and observers, understanding what's really happening behind the scenes helps us better appreciate the human cost of fame and the importance of mental health support for public figures. Subscribe now to stay updated on more exclusive insights into what's really happening in the entertainment world.